All righty, are we live? I need to know, are we live? Are we back into his eye? Are we live into his eye? Did y'all fall asleep? Did y'all fall asleep? I went on an 8. And I said, let me come on back live for a little bit. Let me come back live for a little bit. We in here. We in the bedroom studio. I didn't stutter. I said the bedroom studio. Somebody got a problem with us being in the bedroom studio? Somebody got a problem with us being in the bedroom studio? Well, let's get some music up in here. I feel like hearing something. I want to hear some regular music. I don't want to hear YouTube crying like a little baby. But can we get some regular music? See here. They want to flag you for everything nowadays. I just want to hear some music. Anything. We waiting for that to load up. Oh Lord, that's off. I think everybody fell asleep on me. I think I'm in the mood. Is there anybody here? Anybody? Anybody? I really love those new headphones. I'll wait till some people come in before we get to the news. We'll just hang 10. Wait for everybody to get up in here. Let me pull this chat up. And when I see people chatting, we'll start the show. As for right now, I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear something. I said, I want to hear something. Since I'm wearing 7.1 headphones, I want to hear 7.1 music. Hey. All right, let's see here. Let me drop that animation. Is that it? No. your headphones on, y'all. Volume all the way up. Let's get it. I want to hear. But that's boring. Boring. All right, let's check this out.
The Bachelor is back. Stream it live. TV.
I ain't tell you to unmute.
Am about to be earning.
They give you 2 commercials, goddamn. They might flag, so somebody needs some money. Oh, it ain't for all that talking. I want to hear some stuff. I want to hear some stuff. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right. Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right. Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right. Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right.
That's spooky.
Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right. Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left, rear surround right. Front left, front center, front right, left surround, right surround, rear surround left.
If you don't have at least a 5.1 or you don't have a good pair of headphones on,
Front center, front right,
you totally
surround, right,
got nothing out of that.
rear surround.
But I mean, it's like I could hear the rear, the right, the front, all that. I can pick it all up in these headphones. Let's check this out. Come on, we ain't got all night. Ain't nobody chatting, so don't even waste any news. Save it for tomorrow. So let me enjoy. All right, we'll bring it.
This is Dolby brings the on-screen action alive. And immerses
I can hear it behind me.
every moment. Whether the soundscape sets the mood of the scene. Or captures the full extent of nature's fury. And remember this? It's just the beginning of Dolby Vision. Because what you thought was black isn't. This is black. This is contrast that delivers greater detail and dimensionality. This is luminance that means the difference between white and pure energy. Energy that is about to reveal an entire universe of color.
That's a good question. Do we have Dolby Video on this computer?
Experience.
What is it called? Hold on a sec. Do we have Dolby? No, I'm dead serious. Do we have Dolby Vision? Let me see. Dolby Vision. Download for Windows 10. If they're gonna let us have it, I'll take it. Give me a third-party link. I don't know if we can get it because we not linked. We don't have a real Microsoft account. Yeah, I don't see it moving. Let's see. Yeah, we gonna have to get a bootleg version. Yeah, we gonna have to get a bootleg version. That's Dolby Access. No. All right, they're gonna let us get it. Anybody got a link? All right, somebody got the link. Doesn't make a difference. Okay. Well, let's try English. Can I get it from here? It's not downloading. Try it again. It's not downloading. It hit Microsoft. Support. Microsoft Store downlink. No, download. Microsoft Store download. Open Microsoft Store. Nothing. Somehow I'm locked out. Okay, do we have an account? We learn as we go. We got all these windows open and we ain't got it yet. I don't know which device is which. Hang on a second, yeah. Go to system. What device do I have? What's the name? It says it's activated. Okay. Which PC is this? What's the name? It doesn't say which one it is. I don't know which one it is. Windows 10 Enterprise. I don't know which one is which. Let's see. Okay, so I got to set a password up. I'm not going to do that live. All right, so we just going to have to back out of this. All right, y'all. I was just trying to see something. Oops. So we're going to leave it alone. I'll take care of that. Not tomorrow. We got to go with the bike. And I'm going to ride around. So let's back out. I don't know why his name sit there all the time. I don't understand. I never clicked that. But somebody had the nerve to ask me about something showing up on my screen. I haven't clicked the Tommy Sotomayor video in over a year. Yet they still keep asking me. What are you doing? I didn't tell you to do that. What are you doing? You doing what you want to do. I did not tell you to do that, sir. Ain't nobody watching, so I guess I can do what I want to do. But gotta go to the minister channel. Well, the first thing I see.
A Metro North worker accused in taking part in the Capitol riot has been fired. Will Pepe was arrested last month and appeared in federal court in White Plains. He allegedly called in sick that day, and the FBI says that a picture posted on social media showed him inside the Capitol. Metro North says that he was terminated for conduct unbecoming an employee and timesheet fraud.
Damn, son. Lost his job, buddy. Falling behind Donald Trump. What can he do for you now? What can Trump do for you now? What can Donald Trump do for him now, yeah? What can Donald Trump do for him now? We already saw that story. Oh, forget that story. Here we go. Give me this one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoa, whoa.
So tonight at 11, chase, crash, and
Wind that back.
Oh my God.
Bam, bam,
also tonight at 11,
bam.
crash and a fire. A driver on the run sets off a chain reaction crash. You just saw it. It's the kind of thing that's, well, always a concern during a police pursuit. Good evening. I'm Chuck Henry.
And I'm
Hey, you got a commercial?
Carolyn Johnson in tonight for Colleen Williams. NBC4's Hetty Chang is in Azusa with more of that new video of the crash and sound from a man caught up in it all.
Security cameras from Larios Market on the corner of Barranca Avenue and Arrow Highway capture rush hour traffic just before 6 this evening. Keep your eyes on the top right of your screen. The dark-colored Acura Integra speeds into the crowded intersection on the wrong side of the road, slamming into a Toyota Camry, causing a horrific chain reaction crash.
Boom. Oh my God.
This man's truck, the last of 5 cars to be struck.
Fue muy rápido.
He says it happened so fast he had no time to process what happened. Seconds after the crash, you see Azusa police rush to the driver of the stolen Acura they were pursuing. He was ejected from the car. CHP, now investigating the crash, say neither the driver nor his passenger were wearing seatbelts. The mangled Acura, barely recognizable. The driver of the Toyota Camry also taken to the hospital with minor injuries. CHP tells us that the driver and the passenger in that Acura Integra, they were both taken to the hospital with serious injuries. They won't say whether they found anything here at the scene, but investigators do believe that drugs and or alcohol may have played a factor in this crash. In Glendora tonight, Hetty Chang, NBC4 News.
Now,
Damn.
Morning. A little bit of an update. Also repeat some of the facts of what happened last night. Call came in just before 1 a.m. There was a wrong way driver on 275 going southbound on the northbound lanes between Hillsborough and Sly. Within minutes, our officers responded to the area and they found the crash site. The wrong way driver was Joshua Daniel Montague from Golden, Colorado. Was driving a rental car. We're still working through the speeds. Next of kin has been notified, but obviously there's a lot more information that we're gathering as to exactly where he got on. We believe he got on at Bush Boulevard, but we're still working through some of that. We're relying on what calls we've got to 911 and some witnesses. Police officer Jesse Madsen, 45 years old, 16 and a half years at the Tampa Police Department, a father of three, his two boys, age 16 and age 12, and a 10-year-old daughter. He earned our life-saving award 7 times during his career. We have reason to believe that he veered into this oncoming car to protect others. That is what we have gathered through some of our witnesses, some of our investigation. So when you look at someone who's earned 7 life-saving awards, it's no surprise that he would take such swift action and do this. Jesse Madsen, badge 507, is the 32nd police officer to die in the line of duty for the Tampa Police Department. The Tampa Police Department will go into a 7-day period of mourning, but I want everyone to know that they have my word that while we mourn the loss of one of our fallen officers, we will do everything within our abilities to keep you safe. Man.
All right.
This is a very difficult day for our entire community and specifically for the members of the Tampa Police Department. It's a very close-knit.
All right, yeah, the police officers go down.
And when we lose an
But
officer,
we're not gonna put y'all to sleep. If y'all want to watch that, y'all welcome to go watch it on your own. At the subway again. Y'all just won't stay out the subway with you.
My name is...
Find another way to go. Leave the subway alone.
Breaking news on the Upper East Side, another subway stabbing.
It happened at the station at 59th and Lex. CBS 2's Nick Calloway live at the scene now as police search for 3 suspects. Nick.
Yeah, police believe this attack may have been random and unprovoked. The victim was riding aboard a subway car near the 59th Street and Lexington Ave station. That victim said he was riding a southbound 4 train when he was attacked by 2 men and a woman. One of those attackers slashed the man in the top of the head before all of those suspects got off the train and fled from this station. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Now, this happened just after 1:30 this afternoon in the middle of the day, and it is yet another example of the violence we have seen in the subway lately. Now, police are still looking for those suspects. So far, we haven't seen any pictures or surveillance video of any of those attackers, but police sources tell us that the victim did not know any of his attackers. So right now, all signs point to this being a random attack. Reporting live on the Upper East Side, Nick Calloway, CBS 2 News.
All right, Nick, thank you.
Hey, what I'm saying? Told y'all, stay off the MTA. Get you a cab, get you an Uber, spend the money. Get a coworker, get them $10 for gas to take you. Do something. Just do something. Damn, 2,200 watts. God damn. I couldn't imagine it. I think I would cry. Somebody said, here's a car, 2,200 watts. I think I would kill over. I would kill over. I would feel over. Uh-oh. 6 months ago. Damn, that'd been a great story. Damn. That's 3 months ago. That's a good story, too. All right, here we go. Manhattan crime spree. Let's get it. New York, New York. Look at him, y'all. Get a good look at him. Get a good look at that criminal. If any of y'all live in New York and y'all see that man, call the police. Don't try and get him yourself. Yeah.
What's in your pantry? Award-winning body cam video of a shooting that sent 2 NYPD officers to the hospital. One of those officers was saved by his bulletproof vest. The other one was grazed in the leg. News 4's Phil Lipoff is live in Brooklyn in Prospect Lefferts Gardens with that new video. Phil?
And Adam, that body camera footage that you're talking about, police say is an exact illustration of just how dangerous and deadly their job can be. 1 minute you're talking to somebody, the next minute you're being shot at by the same person. Last night, just after 10, police got a 911 call reporting a man had been shot at 42 Hawthorne Street. What happened next is dramatic, chaotic, and as dangerous as it gets.
Did you call? What's going on?
The man at the top of the stairs, wearing a blanket, begins to speak to the officers, so they start up that narrow staircase in a single file line to investigate. When they get within 10 feet of the man, body camera footage shows him pull a .38 caliber revolver from under the blanket and pull the trigger 3 times. Police return fire.
One sergeant fired 16 times, and a police officer fired 7 times.
In all, 26 shots were fired in that small hallway. 2 officers were hit.
The police officer who was first in the single file line instinctively turned his body, bladed himself like this, and was able to avoid a direct impact to his bullet-resistant vest.
His decision to turn sideways and his tactical gear saved his life. This picture shows where the bullet was lodged. The second officer was grazed in the shin. This video from the Citizen app shows officers carrying someone out of the building right after the shootout. And by this time, the gunman was now back in his apartment with his roommate, who police say he had already shot twice, once in each leg. That was the original 911 call. So a tactical team wasted no time, moved in quickly, burst through the door, and took the man into custody without another shot being fired. They found the handgun used to shoot at them, but also an AR-15 and a shotgun. With that kind of firepower, the commissioner knows
2 of our police officers, both of whom narrowly avoided being killed.
That night for his officers could have had a very different ending. All right, so how is everybody doing after 26 shots were fired? The 2 officers are expected to be okay. The roommate, who was shot once in each leg, taken to the hospital in stable condition, and the gunman himself, we're told, was taken to the hospital to be evaluated. No word just yet on what charges he's going to face. Live in Brooklyn, Phil Lipoff, News 4 New York.
26 shots and they didn't kill a guy? Oh, is this the same video? Maybe I got better video.
With the latest on the officer shot, body cam video shows the moment a man in Brooklyn fires down a staircase at 2 NYPD officers. The officers returning fire. One hit, but saved by his bullet-resistant vest. The other officer grazed in the leg. Both are okay. The suspect not injured in this.
Such a scary situation, and now police are giving new details about this confrontation. Eyewitness News reporter Safan Kim is live in Prospect Lefferts Gardens with the details. Safan.
Well, listen, David, it was a suspect's roommate who had called cops for help. Police say he had been shot in both of his legs, but when officers first arrived, none of that was clear, though. They initially confronted a man
All right.
who seemed friendly, but then all of a
It's the
sudden...
same story. We already seen it. Seen it. There ain't nobody here to ask a question. If there was somebody here, I would ask a simple question. You was already most of the way up the steps. The dude fired 3 times and then ran back in the apartment. You were firing. Why you didn't go behind your gunfire and continue up the steps until you got to the doorway? Continue fire. You fired all the time. Continue firing because the dude obviously ran. Now, I'm not saying walk into a trap, but you fire your way in. You already had your vest turned sideways, your shoulders turned sideways. Go in firing. Once you clear the door, you can see everything going on. If the guy's there, drop low and shoot. But you a trained professional, he's not. So you should be able to pick him off. I know it sounds tough, but if you're going to be a cop, that's what you're supposed to do. Not run back down the steps. How'd that look? He running and you running. He running one way, you running the other. Your job to get him. Not let him run away. I'm just saying, you running and you running. How did that happen?
Police need help finding two men who shot and stabbed 3 people in the Bronx. This video is from 3rd Avenue at East 137th Street around 3 in the morning, February 27th. Officers say a gray Kia Sorento and a red Honda Civic pulled up. One man got out of each of those vehicles. The man with the gun shot a 25-year-old in the back and another 25-year-old in the arms and body several times. The other man stabbed a 30-year-old man 7 times in the body. They got back into their respective vehicles and took off on 3rd Avenue. All 3 victims are expected to survive. Anyone with any information, though, is asked to call NYPD's Crime Stoppers hotline. That phone number is 1-800-577-TIPS. Katie Johnston for CBSNewYork.com.
These people don't have no daggone sense. Well, come on with it. Come on with it.
And we are following breaking news as well. Before we go to break, this is Detroit's West Side, the scene right now where police are investigating a deadly shooting in the area of Braille and Orange Lawn. We're told a 26-year-old woman died from her injuries. Police have not released her identity or what may have led up to the shooting.
I hope it's not the day.
More news starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. We've got breaking news, and it is a grim situation on Detroit's east side. Police are investigating a shooting involving 2 children. One is 13 years old. The other is just 10. Let's go live to Victor Williams. And Victor, where exactly did this happen, and what are police saying right now?
Well, that 13-year-old is in critical condition, and it all happened right at this house right here behind me. We're going to show you guys some video of the scene and how it looked earlier today when all the police came out here rushing to Justine Street to see if that child was okay. But we've been told that there were 3 minors that were at home alone when all of this took place. One of them found a gun, and we're told presumably was playing around with it, accidentally shooting his 10-year-old cousin, accidentally shooting his 13-year-old cousin. So once again, we're trying to just figure out all of the circumstances. Police are not releasing that much info to us as of right now, but we're working to find out more. And once we do have that information, we'll update you right at 5 p.m. Reporting live tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Victor. And we'll check back with you at 5.
This is why children are not babysitters. This is why children are not babysitters. A lot of single mothers, they leave. They can't wait when these women have children. They can't wait for the oldest one to reach 9. Because now that 9-year-old is now mother too. And that 9-year-old is going to let the mother go out and hit the streets. That 8 or 9-year-old is going to run the house while they out there in the club shaking their butt. While they out there trying to get some men. That 9-year-old girl is now the mother. The 8 or 9-year-old is now changing diapers. The 8 or 9-year-old is now cooking for the other children. The 8 or 9-year-old is helping them with their homework. The 8 or 9-year-old, she getting out of school and got to go pick up the other younger children from the elementary and the daycare. When they turn 8 or 9, most young ladies that's in multiple families, they hate living there. They hate their mother. They hate the men that they bring by that be hitting on them when the mother ain't looking and be trying to touch them and play with them. By the time they turn 15, they plotting. They plotting on who's going to get them pregnant so they can get their own place and get their own check and get their own food stamps so they can get the heck out that damn house. They can't wait. And so you got a pattern. Because if they have any girls, they're going to do the same thing. And this is where the pattern comes from. Young girls can't wait to get out their mother's house. They can't wait. So much is on their shoulders. They're not children. As soon as they turn 8 or 9 years old, they are not little girls. They are little women. And they are responsible for what the younger children do. They are the replacement mother. While the mother out there running the streets, they have to sit at home. You got a 13-year-old babysitting kids. A 13-year-old. Why would an adult leave children, knowing that children are watching children? Why would you leave a gun in the house? Why would you leave a loaded gun in the house? There's no reason. Take it outside and hide it somewhere. Why the heck would you leave a loaded gun when you know you're not leaving no adult in the house? 13-year-old sitting there playing videos or something. He's not watching those kids. By the time he realized that child had a real gun in his hand, it was too late for him to do anything but sit there and wait to get shot. There was nothing for him to do. You didn't set him up to be him or her to be successful in any way. Here's my next question. Why would a child point a gun at another child? What kind of animal are you raising? You don't point a real gun at your family member. That's not no joke. Even if the child thought it was pretend, the person you're supposed to be respecting, they're supposed to be watching you. Why would you turn a gun on them? You have to be a sick, sadistic bastard. And I'm sorry to talk about a child, but it's more about the parents that raise them. They're raising these little animals that don't have no honor. They don't have no code. They don't have no care. They don't have no respect for themselves or for other people. And that comes from parenting, lack of parenting. Because if that child was raised by two real people, a man and a woman, a real man and a real woman, they would never touch that gun. That gun could have sat there. My stepfather had a gun. He was a security guard. A couple times, me and my sister were home, but we were 15, 16 years old. We saw the gun. We looked at it. And we put it back. I remember, I can take you years back, when my stepfather's security belt was in the drawer. And his son was staying with us for the summer. And he was older than us. He and my sister got into an argument. She ran into my parents' room, went into the drawer, and she got the pepper spray. Well, it was mace back then. They haven't invented it then. It was still called mace. She went to go mace him. I ran up behind her. I took it out her hand. And I went to put it back in the drawer. And it went off and got me full face. I was hanging out the window for half an hour. Suppose he had a gun then. Suppose she had went to go shoot him. She would just be getting out of jail right now. Suppose I was putting a gun back instead of a bottle of mace. Suppose that gun would have went off and shot me in my damn head. It's not a game. But you got these kids that play these video games. They listen to rap music talking about killing. I'ma get you. You ain't nothing. They learned that their fellow man is not a mini God, but is a nothing, a mini me. And that's sad. That's sad. The children are not being raised. They have respect for themselves. I'm 51 years old. My mother been dead since 1995. She told me, my sister, and my brother, don't you ever embarrass the family by doing hard time. And neither one of us have ever done hard time. My mother's been dead and gone since 1995. I still wouldn't embarrass her by going to jail. I hear gunshots out the window right now. I would not embarrass my mother. And she's in the grave and gone. I wouldn't embarrass her. I wouldn't embarrass my grandmother. We thought she was gone about 4 years ago. I saw her in the hospital, made my peace with her. I still wouldn't embarrass her by going to jail. I wouldn't embarrass her by robbing a bank. I wouldn't embarrass her by messing with a child or raping some woman. I wouldn't embarrass my family. I wouldn't do it. Because I was raised, that's not what you do. But you got these women that just letting these kids do whatever they want to do. Just do whatever you feel. We need to stop. The men need to take their place. It's not the woman's job to lead. They weren't built to lead. They were built to back you up while you lead. You can't ask Robin to be Batman. There's a reason why he's Robin. You can't ask Flavor Flav to lead the show. There's a reason why he's the hype man. But we got our women being Flavor Flav. We got our women being Robin. Because we won't be the Batman. We won't be the Chuck D. The men supposed to be the skipper. And the women supposed to be Gilligan. We letting Gilligan run our community. I'll stay with Gilligan's Island. Instead of Ginger running the show, you letting Mrs. Howe or you letting Marianne. They back up people. They can't run the show. They couldn't run the island. They follow us. They back you up. The same way you had Suge Avery and you had Miss Sealy. Miss Celia will keep the place clean, have a good meal for you. But when it come to handling trouble, you better go get Suge. Because Suge will come out there and handle it. If you want to turn it around, if there's trouble, you better go get Mister. Because Mister can't cook. He don't know where nothing is in the kitchen. But if trouble come, he'll grab his shotgun and go off there and handle it. While Miss Celia will be hiding in the kitchen. So Miss Celia need to stay in the kitchen. She can't run the house on the outside. That's what the man is for. But you got women trying to be the man. Trying so hard to be the man, they forget to be the women. Who's being the woman like you being the man? You're doing what you're not built to do. God didn't build you to be out there fighting in the army. He didn't build you to be out there fighting fires. He didn't build you to be out there on the police force. You aren't built for that. You're supposed to be behind the man that's doing that in a supportive role, but that's not good enough. You're not meant for the spotlight. Your spotlight is when your husband is being honored and he bring you on the podium. That's your spotlight. We weren't built like that. But you're going against the grain because you got the devil, your daddy, in his head. He's in your head. He's in your head. He's telling you. You ain't got to be in a second position. You can be up front. Put on that mind. And then when you do it and you get in trouble, who do you run to? You run to a man to come rescue you. That's the most irritating thing about feminism. That's the most irritating thing about feminism. When the trouble comes, they don't want to be equal no more. When the heat is on, hey, I'm just a woman. You surely not gonna hurt a woman, are you? That's the most irritating thing about feminism. And they teaching their young boys to be the same way. Because when they go up against real men, they turn feminine. And they run and get a gun. A real man, if he got a problem with you, he gonna throw hands with you. Because win or lose, he gonna get his point across and he'll get his respect. And chances are the bullies won't bother him next time. I remember a young boy. He had gang members in his household. Brothers. And everybody was like, you gotta leave him alone because the brothers will come get you. And he used to pick on everybody in the neighborhood. People that was bigger than him. But he counted on the fact that everybody was scared of his two gang member brothers. And a lot of people were afraid of him. But I look at it like, I just watched Good Times when James got shot. I said, I'm not bringing that home. And the dude stepped to me and I told him, I said, I don't care. Your brothers are gang members. They still bleed. And I said, you see this little bottle of kerosene? Did you see these book of matches? I'll wait till they get drunk. And I'll torch that damn place. Who gonna help you then? Because then I'm gonna come beat the crap out you the next day. At the funeral when you have it, I'll be there to beat the crap out you. Who gonna help you then? You never said another word to me. Give me the evil eye when I walk by, but never said another word to me. Because somebody stood up to him. He wasn't used to that. He knew that I knew. His brothers got high and drunk every night. So they easy to kill, if you ask me. Why would I be scared of them? When they sober, they dangerous. That's only during the day. You avoid them during the day, but at night, they sitting ducks. It is what it is. They'll be sitting there all drunk and I talking about, you smell something burning? What you burning down there, woman? They'll sit right there and burn up. The chump's gonna put fear in my heart. Never be afraid for people to get high. It's too easy to get take out. If you living in the hood. Don't know why you scared of hooligans. They're too easy for you to get.
As police were investigating that scene that you just saw behind Victor, they got another call that sent them running.
Another call of a child.
But see, that's the one thing. They keep you in fear. But if you actually analyze the situation, it's easier for you to get them than it is for them to get you. They count on the fact that you don't want to get in trouble. They count on the fact that you don't want to go to jail. They count on the fact that you're trying to do something with your life. And you don't want them to pull you down. So they bully you, they rob you. Because they ain't got nothing to lose and they don't care. They don't care if they die. They don't care if they go to jail. That's the advantage they have over you. Some of you got kids. Some of you got good jobs. Some of you got good standing in the community. Good standing in the church. You don't want to sacrifice that. It's what I told the dude I was battling with on a show the other day. He kept saying, I can't show anything because I got too much to lose. Then you shouldn't be out here then. You should be home quietly, staying out the way. That's what you should be doing. If you're serious. Because if I had a lot to lose, I wouldn't be on the front line unless you make me. You have to make me be on the front line. You would have to do so much that I would have to come see you and say the heck with it all. Forget the job, forget the car, forget the pretty wife, forget the kids. I'm coming to get you. And if you got something to lose and none of that's happening to you and you still out there on the front line, you lying or you an idiot. That's a fact. Because you had to be a fool. I'm the only black person at the law firm, and I'm about to make partner. And I'm going to let the paper boy draw me into a fight where I'm going to lose my position. They're going to see me as a hooligan now because I'm out there fighting in the street with the paper boy. No, forget that paper boy. But if he pissed me off that much, you're not going to see that paper boy anymore. But I'm not going to lose everything I work for just to get into a fight with the paper boy. So if you ain't on that level, why are you on the front line? Why are you trying to be on social media? Why are you trying to get the attention of people that you don't know? Why are you trying to impress people that you don't know? Why would you put your stuff on the line for people that don't care about you? I'm asking a question. Somebody threatening your wife, I could understand. Somebody threatening your children, I could understand. Somebody threatening your mother, I could understand. But what other reason will make you come if you got so much to lose? Will make you come and get on a social media platform and risk it all? Risk being doxxed. Risk being exposed. You can't be on the ball. So you would lose it all for nothing.
Shot just 2.5 miles away. Let's get to the city's east side there. This time it was a 3-year-old shot in the arm. Larry Spruill is live with more on that. Larry.
Good evening, Kimberly and Devin. A very busy day for Detroit police as they are now investigating a second shooting involving a young child or teenager. Now, I just spoke with police, and here's what we know. But first, let's take a look at some of the video from the scene from earlier today. Now, all of this happened around 2:30 here at a home on Elmira. Police say a 3-year-old was shot in the arm accidentally. They are still investigating how he was shot, but we do know that a 4-year-old and a 13-year-old were also inside the home at the time of the shooting. Now, police say no adults were there, and they have this message for our viewers tonight. Take a listen.
We have to be able to avoid this. It's totally avoidable. What we need to do is put those weapons up. We need to make them safe, take them with you, lock them, do whatever you have to do to protect our kids, because it makes no sense. It's senseless and it can be avoided.
Avoided it indeed. Now, police say they're still trying to figure out if charges will be filed at this time. But once again, they want to remind our viewers that they are giving away those free gun locks. As Victor Williams said earlier, they are asking anyone who needs one to stop by and pick them up. No questions asked. We are live on the Detroit Seaside tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Okay, Larry.
That's sad that they have to give them away. Hope people take. Hope people actually use it. Hope people actually use them. Take them and use them.
Look.
Because whoever you got that gun to protect yourself from, the people you trying to protect are getting killed by them. The people you trying to protect are getting hurt by them. It's sad. What? Let's take a look at Kevin. What is he doing now?
See, look, I'm the boxer. Tornado, hurricane, earthquake. See? So I'm gonna put this on y'all, the boxing.
Where the other glove at? You run out the stimulus money?
So I got in the boxing glove. See, I probably wear boxing glove. Not like this. See, tornado, hurricane, earthquake. See, I'm the boxer. Tornado, hurricane, earthquake.
Time out. Number one, he's not tucking his chin in. That's number one thing in boxing, tucking your chin. Number two, keep your dukes up. And number three, don't leave yourself wide open. He's doing all three of those wrong. Who's he watching? Don't say he's slow. He's watching boxing. Why is he not picking up on these things? Seriously. when I was growing up, we had Muhammad Ali, and he was the rope-a-dope. And he would try to lean back against the ropes and lean away from your punches and try and deflect them and let you tire yourself out. It didn't work against Joe Frazier because Joe Frazier cracked him in the jaw and broke it. It didn't work against Ken Norton because Ken Norton was able to hurt him in the body. But everybody else, until his last fight, it worked. The object of the game is to hit and not get hit. Whoever teaching him, why they not teaching him that? Defense is more important. I would rather fight you and not land one blow and not get hit by a blow before somebody break it up. To me, that's an even wash. The object is not to get hurt. So I fought you, I didn't get hurt. To me, that's a victory. If there's a next time, now I know what you're going to do. I have a game plan ready, and it won't be the same thing. But the important thing is not to get hit. You don't want to get hit, especially someplace that's going to hurt you. That's the number one rule of boxing. Don't get hit. And if you got to get hit, take it on the arms, take it on your sides, take it on your shoulders. Don't get hit in the face. Even take it on your head if you have to. Don't get hit in the face, especially your jaw. Don't get your nose broke. Try not to get hit in the liver. Those are your main jobs. Any other body parts heal quick. The heck is he doing? Y'all don't realize. I can't wait for the weather to break. I can get outside and get active.
So I put my arm all I do like this, like that. So the time right now it's 11:03. The time right now is 11:03 a.m. I said the time 2 times, 11:03. It's 11:03 a.m. I said for the 3rd time. Now I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
At least get some exercise.
Kung Fu Master. Kung Fu Master. So like this. So there's literally water on. That's all I got, literally water on.
He literally would throw that punch and he'd be like, 1, 2, 3. Wait for him to swing again. 1, 2, 3. Wait for him to swing again. 1, 2, 3. Wait for him to swing again. 1, 2, 3. Swing again. And then 1, 2, uppercut. He'll hit the ground.
Sorry. Put on my left hand.
All right. All right, Kevin. All right. All right. All right, young man. God bless you. All right. Damn. That part right there. All right. I think, is it one sooner? We ain't seen him in a long time. I don't like the fool.
In this video, I'm gonna
Quiet, man. What's his latest video? Look at it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Coming today. Coming tomorrow. Big news. It's time. Big changes. Look at this. Good news. Crazy news. Unexpected good news. Don't miss this one. Checks are coming. So he said this 2 days ago, checks were coming. He said they coming tomorrow, coming today. This dude number scam baiting.
What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and third stimulus package update. We're going to go over the latest details of what is going on with the third stimulus check that has passed the U.S. Senate, is now at the U.S. House of Representatives. Remember, they need to pass this bill in the House, and it has to be the same version that has passed the Senate. Last week, the House passed the bill. However, it then went to the U.S. Senate, who changed the bill. They took the $15 an hour minimum wage completely out of the bill. They changed several different things in there. They took a few of the things people consider pork out of the bill, including Nancy Pelosi's pet project for the tunnel in San Francisco and Chuck Schumer's bridge in New York have been removed, which saved some money. And they also had removed the $15 an hour minimum wage that is likely dead on arrival and cannot pass even in the near future at $15 an hour, but likely will pass around $10 an hour as a standalone bill coming after that. They also had to lower the stimulus check income requirements from $100,000 to $80,000 for individuals, double that for couples, and that will leave about 15 million people without getting stimulus checks this third time around, as well as they reduced the unemployment money from $400 per week to $300 per week, although they extended it for an additional week. But the real kicker there was that they added in $10,200 of unemployment money that will not be taxable for the year of 2020. So basically, if you had any unemployment money in 2020 or any family members that had unemployment money of 2020, share this video with them, because basically they're going to get up to $10,200 of their unemployment money from last year that will count as not taxable income. So that will likely save the average person between $1,000 and $2,000 in tax money, or basically get them an additional $1,000 to $2,000 stimulus check as a tax refund when they do their 2020 taxes. If you've already done your 2020 taxes, I'll keep you up to date. We don't know what's going to happen yet. You may have to file an amended return. You may need to fill out a form with the IRS if they come out with a form. You may need to do nothing. The IRS may come up with a system that can go back and just retroactively credit you for this and maybe send you out another refund check for $1,000 to $2,000, depending on how that works. I'll keep you up to date on that when the IRS and the Treasury Department issue new guidance on that, because basically what hasn't been signed into law, the Senate's passed it, it's now at the House. The House has to pass it and then goes to the president's desk to sign it. On a side note, I wanted to let you know that the crypto market is booming, with Bitcoin that has reached its all-time high recently at around $50,000 per Bitcoin. Some people fear that the current stimulus package and government expenditures lead to an increase in inflation and depreciation of the US dollar. Bitcoin has proven to be a safe haven, and more people are storing their money in Bitcoin as an investment. You can also jump into the crypto market and protect yourself from inflation. You can speculate on Bitcoin price by trading Bitcoin options with a company called Bitlevix. Potential profit on a Bitcoin option is limited to 500%, but can be reached if your price prediction is right. Options are very volatile investment tools that allow you to create huge profits in a matter of minutes. With a minimum investment of $20 in a single option, you can create option portfolios, hedge the risks, and guarantee a profit for yourself. You just register at BitLevX and top up your balance with one of the available payment methods. Then you can trade Bitcoin.
No, you come on.
If you believe Bitcoin price is about to increase, call options would be your choice.
Go to commercial.
Bernie Sanders on the details of the third stimulus check package.
Let me thank everybody out there for their support and involvement in the progressive movement. And because of your support, the U.S. Senate, just the other day, after a very, very long night, I didn't go to sleep for about 30 hours, passed the most comprehensive pro-worker piece of legislation in the modern history of our country. You helped make that happen, and I thank you. And I want to just talk for a moment about some of what is in that bill. This is just some. Number one, all of us know that we have to crush this pandemic, which has killed over 500,000 Americans and made many, many millions of people sick. We're putting substantial sums of money to make sure that we're going to be producing all of the vaccines that we need and that we're going to get those vaccines into people's arms. In the last month, the Biden administration has done a good job in significantly improving the distribution of vaccines around the country, but much more has to be done. And this legislation provides the funds to do that, in addition to providing funds to hospitals to help deal with the COVID crisis. Above and beyond the pandemic, what this legislation does is understand that tens of millions of families in this country today are struggling economically. Some of them don't have enough food to feed their kids. They're worried about being evicted from their homes or their apartments. They may not have enough money to go to a doctor. What this legislation does is, on top of the $600 per person that we passed last month, it will provide $1,400 for every working class adult and child in this country. Single people, 75,000 or under, are eligible. A couple, $150,000 or under are eligible. That means a family of four, husband, wife, two kids, a check for $5,600. And that could mean the difference between despair and dignity. So that's a big deal, and I'm proud that we were able to get that in. This bill, in the midst of very high unemployment rates, will extend unemployment until the end of September. Now, I wanted $400 supplement on top of normal unemployment. That went down to $300. But what we did get in return, if you like, is a $10,000 exemption, tax exemption, for people who received unemployment last year. So unemployment is taxable. I don't think that's a great idea, but we got an exemption for the first $10,000. This legislation will make sure that there is a significant amount of money to help people pay their rent after the rent moratorium ends and prevent people who have mortgages from being thrown out of their homes as well. In the richest country in the history of the world, people should not be going hungry. This legislation puts billions of dollars to make sure that nobody in America goes hungry. This legislation also does something that is really long overdue. As many of you know, we have one of the highest rates of childhood poverty of any major country on earth, especially high in African American and Latino communities. This legislation expands the child tax credit so that we are going to be able to cut childhood poverty by as much as 50%. That is enormously important. This legislation, and something that I worked on very hard, will also double funding for community health centers all across this country. In my own state of Vermont, about 25% of our people get their health care, their dental care, their low-cost prescription drugs, mental health counseling through what are called federally qualified community health centers. We more than double funding so the community health centers can expand and improve their services to low and moderate income people all across America. And this bill does something else that we worked on, and that is at a time when so many kids have seen their education disrupted. We have more than tripled funding for summer programs and for after-school programs. That means this summer, kids will be able to get the opportunity not only to engage in recreation, have a good time, but to get the mentoring and academic work they need to kind of make up for what they lost during the academic year. And that is just some. We dealt with pensions in a very big way. Millions of workers were on track to see their pensions that had been promised cut by up to 50%. We dealt with that issue, et cetera.
All right, man, you put me to sleep.
So is this legislation perfect? No.
Can we fast forward?
And we did this, by the way, with a 50-50 U.S. Senate. So we accomplished this because of the support of the American people. And what's very, very radical about this is not just all of the provisions in it, is that for once, the United States Congress is listening to the pain, the anxiety of ordinary Americans, not lobbyists representing any billionaire clients. So thank you again for your support. Let's go forward together.
And here's exactly where we stand with the voting in the third stimulus check package. Okay, as you can see here, the Democratic-controlled U.S. House of Representatives passed a key procedural measure Tuesday evening, setting the stage for the chamber to pass the bill Wednesday morning. Under the rule passed by the House, on a vote 219 to 210, mostly party line votes, Democrats versus Republicans, the House will debate for 2 hours before voting on the legislation. Representative Jim McGovern, Democrat from Massachusetts, praised the bill as a, quote, lifeline rather than a Band-Aid to address the fallout of the pandemic. Republicans all opposed the measure, all voted no. Representative Harrow, Republican from New Mexico, said Democrat legislation would result in a, quote, big bailout for Democratic cities, referring to the $350 billion in aid for state and local governments. But remember, this time around, they have to spend even more money of that $350 billion going to state and local cities on you guys. So we will see even more of these state stimulus checks that we just seen passed in...
I don't understand. See, this is what kills me about some people. Now, see, I don't have any kids, right? And I'm not married. So I'm not going to get no $5,600. But I haven't said anything about people getting money. I'm satisfied to get my $1,400. There you go. I'm not worried about what families get. I want the kids to do good. Maybe they won't be putting a gun to the back of my head. The fact that the earned income tax credit, instead of coming at the end of the year, it's going to come during the month. So the children can eat good all year. It's not going to help me, but it's going to help the children. And it is, because if they eat better, they're more nourished. Maybe they won't be so crazy. Maybe they won't be looking to get something to eat because mama and dada spend all the money on drugs. Maybe they'll have more to eat and be less likely to be violent. Why would I hate on that? Even though I don't benefit from it. There's some people that make more than $80,000 a year. Some people, a combined couple, make more than $160,000 a year. Why should they hate on people who make less than them that's struggling? Why should they look, well, I ain't getting no money. I don't care about this stuff. I ain't getting none of it. But when you drive by and you see the people outside, cars a mile long, waiting to get free food, you don't say, man, that's messed up. Why ain't the government doing something? Well, they are. When you see the recreation centers closed up, your children go to nice after school programs. They're going to open up recreation centers, and instead of these kids being out there on the street bothering you, they're going to have some place to go and be out your way. Doesn't that make you happy? Not a Republican. Because they're not going to be out on the street, so they're not going to see them. They got to touch. Healthcare. I used to go to the men's clinic down on North Avenue in Pennsylvania. The heart of the riots, if y'all remember. I used to go there for my medical care. If it wasn't for that place, I'd be dead right now. That place, as bad as it was, it kept me alive until an older woman told me how to get Medicaid. That place kept me alive. It kept me alive. I'm on the job fighting with young boys, not realizing I got the heart of an 85-year-old. But I was able to get treatment. I had no health insurance, but I was able to get treatment there. I saw a doctor. I got prescriptions. I used to go to Target. I used to get my prescriptions from Target. My boss had got us one of them little, you know, them cards you get, the prescription cards. He made it seem like he did a big thing, but you can get them anywhere. You know, so some people got the CVRX card or whatever. That card saved my life. When I got on the Medicaid, I didn't need that card. I ain't pay for anything. I was able to get the treatment I needed. Not the half treatment to keep me alive, but I was able to get the real treatment. And that's why I'm still here today. If they could expand those programs and help more people, why would I be against it? If they could expand the mental health programs, how many people you seeing are killing people for no reason, are getting shot by the police, are killing people in the subways because they mentally disturbed? More places for them to go and get treatment, the less chance we have that problem. Why don't Republicans get that? One. And two, they always saying that Democrats are trying to push their cities, their states through. Why ain't they doing the same? Why ain't they fighting for their states? Somebody talk to me. There's a lot of Republican-run states that are in trouble. But the Republicans make them hide it. It doesn't look good for our image, for people to know you're in trouble. Well, if you don't let somebody know you're in trouble, how they going to help you? So they don't even help their own states. This is why I don't understand Republicans. Maybe we should have a debate on that. I don't understand. How you don't want to help people? All right, y'all. It's getting late. What time is it? I gotta get up and get the bike store open at 11. What time is it? It's 2:54. Let me turn this TV off and go to sleep. Just look at the ceiling till I fall asleep.
In this video,
We're gonna have to back out. Oh, I see somebody scheduled for tomorrow morning. Oh, she be on in a few minutes. Well, maybe I'll fall asleep to that. Set a reminder. See, we don't hate here. She be on at 3:30 a.m. Anybody want to go check her out? Because I'm going to go off. If y'all want to go check her out, I might put that on and fall asleep to it. I have it on the headphones. These 7.1 headphones, they loud. They loud enough to have them off. So we're gonna have to go back to the Rev. I have to go back to the Rev account. All right. Hush it up, baby. And go to sleep. All right, we are back. So nobody has typed anything. Okay. Now let me get out of here then. All right, y'all. See y'all later on. 11 o'clock. We're going to pick up the bike. We're going to get old Bessie. Y'all have a great night, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Or later on today, I should say. Or this morning. Peace, everybody. We out.